Hi everyone. I realize that it's been a minute since I have done a Patreon video or video for my YouTube channel. A few festival updates. Last I told you, we had gotten into Block Island and Austin Action and Vermont Film Festival and Oakville Film Festival, which a couple of those have already happened. Just found out yesterday that we did not get into Holly Shorts, which, I mean, honestly, I'm a little numb about right now. I was really hoping to get in to that festival, mostly because then I would be able to go see my family, my creative family in LA, and they would be able to come to the festival and see my film that a lot of them helped work on. So that just would have been a really special experience, especially since I know that many of, or all, of the Holly Shorts films screen at the Chinese TLC Theater on Hollywood Boulevard. But if I'm honest, there's just so much going on with my family right now, with my dad's health that isn't good, and so part of me just feels a little emotionally numb about it, partially relieved that Dad won't be losing part of his support system, which he needs right now, if I went to LA for a while. So yeah, once again, just balancing those mixed emotions of disappointment, gratitude, grief. I was telling my friend the other day that the forest has been like my emotional support animal right now. Just having some time out here every day has really helped me process. And also community. I have an online small group that I'm in that I've been with for a few years now, and we've just been there for each other through a lot of life things since 2020. So I'm really grateful to have them to process with and have a safe place to be and feel whatever I'm feeling. I mean, yesterday I was on the group call, and I just cried with them for a while. And there's something about crying alone, and that's good. But when you feel safe enough to cry with people, there's a healing that happens inside of you, I think, when you let yourself be that vulnerable, and when it's people that you trust and that aren't going to judge you and that aren't going to rush you, and they're just fine with sitting and grieving with you. That's not really what I was going to talk about today, but I know I've talked before about interdependence, and man, I'm needing that interdependence more than ever right now. I don't want to go too much into what my dad is going through, but it's just painful right now. So I'm really grateful that I have a family that all pitches in to support him. Anyways, life. I bet you're in the middle of life right now too. So that's the festival updates. We got into those festivals, didn't get into Holly Shorts. Bummed about that. And also, for another project recently, another project I was on, it's a law drama pilot called Big Law. Very proud of it. And we submitted it for an Emmy category. And my performance as a supporting actress was submitted for the Emmy ballot. And I'm so, so happy that my friend Kim was nominated for his role in Big Law for an Emmy Award. So amazing. But if I'm honest, I'm disappointed that I wasn't nominated. And so, what I did want to talk about today is just how we assign meaning to things. I'm realizing now how much headspace I have. I'll crop that. I'll fix that in post. How we assign meaning to things, right? So, I honestly feel like I don't care about awards. Maybe I'm deceiving myself. I don't know. But it's not the award that I care about. It's the access. It's what it means for giving me more opportunities to act. And so I assign that meaning of like, if I got nominated for an Emmy, then I could put that on my resume. I could tell my agent, more eyes would be on my work. People that have money and are doing projects already would know my name because my name would be associated with an Emmy nomination. And all of that equals, in my head, more opportunities. But that's not necessarily true. Like, why do I assign that meaning to that outcome? I mean, time has told many times that people that even get like a big role in a film or a show sometimes just fall off the map and never get another opportunity. That is equally possible. Someone that gets nominated for an Emmy, then nothing ever happens. Or alternately, they do get opportunities, but they're not the ones that they really wanted. And maybe they're projects that would actually distract or get in the way of the projects that they want. I'm just learning how to process this in a way that kind of detaches the meaning that I was going to give to that. And I'm not going to lie and say that it's not disappointing, but it puts things in perspective for me. And as a person who believes in a higher power, who believes in God, and has seen things that I thought were bad at the time pan out to actually work in my favor and for my good, I'm just trying to keep that in perspective and be like, well, from my perspective, from my vantage point right now, it seems like an Emmy nomination would be good for my career. But I am looking at it from a very particular vantage point that is only being informed by other people's experiences and what I've seen in television history. And that is not the whole of reality or truth. So I'm choosing to just surrender that meaning and be like, well, that is one possible meaning for this. But another possible meaning is maybe that nomination would have gotten me in front of the wrong people and would have taken me down a path that would not have been fulfilling. And maybe God is protecting me, or just knows that this isn't the season for it because it's better for me to be with my family, or a myriad of things. So anyway, I wanted to share this Chinese proverb too that really helped me with this perspective. I think it was my acting mentor, Sean Sharma, that first showed me this proverb. I could be wrong, but it really helps kind of put this in a parabolic form. So it goes, an old man living on the frontier lost his horse. His neighbors came to comfort him, but he replied, how do you know this isn't a good thing? A few days later, the horse returned, bringing with it a beautiful wild horse. The neighbors congratulated him, but he said, how do you know this isn't a bad thing? His son then tried to ride the wild horse, fell, and broke his leg. Again, the neighbors offered sympathy, but the old man responded, how do you know this isn't a good thing? Soon after, war broke out, and all the young men were drafted. Because his son's leg was broken, he was spared from going to war and survived. The lesson: we often can't judge an event's ultimate meaning in the moment. What appears to be bad luck may lead to something good. What seems like good fortune may eventually bring hardship. Life unfolds over time, and it's wise to avoid rushing to conclusions. So I think about that Chinese proverb a lot when something happens. I think I do it more when something I don't like happens, right? Because when something good happens, then, you only want to think about how good it's making you feel in that moment. But when something hard happens, I try to remember, something gets delayed, something gets rescheduled, I don't get nominated for something, my film doesn't get selected by the festival that I wanted. I just try to step back and remove my emotion from it. I'm not saying emotions are bad. Emotions are a beautiful, beautiful thing. But I try to take that time to just step back, remove my emotion, and really think about the meaning that I'm attaching to the thing. Like, oh, this got rescheduled. That's bad. How do I know it's bad? Maybe it's actually protecting me from something. So I didn't want to go too long with this, but I just wanted to leave that thought with you. I know that my film journey is a very symbolic, philosophical journey that you are on with me, because that is just the way my brain works. But I'm really grateful for those of you who are on the journey with me. I really appreciate the texts and notes and emails I get, even just to say like, hey, that last video, it made me think, or I've been through something like that. I'll say I'm trying not to care about a lot of people watching my videos, because what really matters more to me is that those who do watch identify with it and feel seen by me sharing my experiences. It would be easy to just show you the highlight reel, to only talk to you about the good things happening, the festivals I'm getting into, the festivals I get to go to. But that's not the adventure. The adventure has a lot of shadows and valleys, a lot of rejections, a lot of family pain and heartache, and a lot of shadow within the silver lining, and see the silver lining on the shadow. It's a picture that I've had recently. Not ignoring either of them. Anyways, I'll be hearing from a couple more festivals soon, and I will keep you posted on that. And my director has been so busy, and so has my producer, so I haven't been able to get them in for an interview yet, but I'm going to reach out to a couple more people so that we can get some interviews in. If you are enjoying the journey, consider throwing a couple bucks on Patreon. I'm putting all that money towards me or someone from my team being able to travel to these festivals. So that's what that money is going towards. And I really appreciate those that have subscribed to my Patreon. I'm keeping everything free for now. Eventually I might have some content that I will put a subscription on, but right now I want it to be out there. And yeah, see you guys soon.